welcome to the Rhythm Changes improv session here. The thing about rhythm changes is there are a lot of ways to approach them that are simple, and there's a lot of ways to approach them that are complex. I'm going to kind of err towards the side of simple today and give you some options and let you know about some things that you can do to take it to the next level. So the one thing that you can do that you've probably already done is play the root melody. Ba da dee da da dee da 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 da. You know, all through the whole thing. Be able to sing it, be able to play it, and get it internalized so you can start to feel the form as it moves along. The second thing you want to do is do an exercise like this. And so after you've kind of gone through all the notes in the arpeggios, so we have these chords. Let's just go through all of them right now so we know the group of notes that we're talking about whenever I mention a chord, okay? So when I say B flat major 7, we're talking a concert pitch, that's going to be B flat, D, F, and A. So why don't we play that all together now on cue, up and down. G minor 7. So that's going to be G, B flat, D, and F, or just follow me through these notes. C minor 7 is going to be C, E flat, G concert, B flat concert, or follow me through these notes. F7 is going to be F, A, C, and E flat. Follow me through these ones. And then we also have, just going through the tune, just looking for new chords, we have D minor 7, D minor 7, D, F, A, C, all natural, all concert pitch, or follow me through these. All right, we have B flat 7 is in here, so we're going to play B flat 7, that's B flat, D, F, and A flat. Let's try that. We have E flat 6. So what does that mean when it says 6 instead of 7? It means that instead of having a 7, we have a 6. And so the 6 is the 6th scale degree from the root. So E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. So C is the 6. So we're going to play 1, 3, 5, 6. E flat, G, B flat, C. Or follow me. A flat 7. So that's A flat, C, E flat, and G flat. And those are all the chords on the A section. It seems like a lot. It's not really. So let's keep moving. We have a couple other chords that are up here on the bridge. We have D7, which we learned in the last module. So D, F sharp, A, and C. Then we have G7, which is going to be just like the G minor 7, except we have a B natural instead of a B flat concert. So that would be a C sharp instead of a C natural for trumpets and tenors. 7, which we haven't practiced yet, which is C, E natural, G, and B flat. Let's follow me through those. Those are all the chords, all of what we're going to check out in these sections. So what I like to do first, after we kind of get through all that, now you're familiar with that, you can apply those arpeggios to the root melody that you already heard. And so you could play really slowly something where it would sound like this. And I'll let you kind of work it out on your own. You'll probably definitely have to work it out on your own. An arpeggiation exercise that goes through all of these chords because they move pretty fast. So if I was to play 1, 3, 5, 7 of each chord in the A section, and I'm going to get out my metronome, my trusty metronome. I'm going to set it on a tempo that's not too fast. This is 70. So what I'm going to play is 1, 3, 5, 7 in each measure. Each chord, which is 2 per measure. So it's going to go by kind of fast, but this is something that you can skip. If it's too much, just skip ahead and you're not going to be too far behind or anything like that. You don't need this to play rhythm changes. But for those of you that are maybe a little bit more advanced, this could be something to challenge you with. All right, so here we go. 3. To the bridge. So you could put together an exercise where it plays the arpeggios of each chord. But like I said, it's not that important, but it is something challenging to do to help get your 8th note flow together. So if you're at a point where you want to start playing more 8th notes over this, this is a great way to start doing that. If you're not there yet, this is the exercise that I tell all of my students to go and do, which is, we're going to imagine that we're playing a bass line. I don't care what instrument you play, maybe it's bass, but we're going to play the root and the third of each chord. We've already gone through and played the guide tones and the root melody. So now we're going to change to quarter notes, hence walking a bass line, and play 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 on each chord. All right, 1, 3, 1, 3. So go through first and figure out what's 1, 3 on each chord, and then we can play this together. Or you can listen to me play it. We're going to do the A section, and then you can play it along with me after you have figured out what it is. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 on each and every chord, going at 70. All right, that's the goal tempo here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the A section. Now we can do the same thing with the bridge. 1, 2, 1, 3, and. Right, did you get that? Now, the next step would be, we're going to go 1, 7. All right, so we're going to stay with the quarter notes. We're not changing anything. You don't got to think about the rhythm. All you got to think about is the root and the 7th. All right, so we're going to go back to the A section. I'm going to do root 7. So if you need to, pause the video, figure out what all the roots and the sevenths are of these chords, and then we're going to play them all like this. Okay, root 7. It could be up or down depending on your instrument. Do something that's easy and comfortable. Don't make it too hard. Don't make it impossible. All right, make it easy. 1 7 1 7 1 2. Here we go. That was the A section. So if you notice, I played the 6 in the places where it said 6 instead of 7. We'll do the same thing on the bridge. It's a little easier. 1 7 1 7. Here we go. 1 2, the bridge, go. So after you get all that, we got root 3, root 7, and now you can freely improvise a bass line using 1 3 7 on these chords. If you want to, you could add in the 5th. And so now I challenge you to keep the rhythm the same. This is a great way to practice improvising. You're eliminating choices. You're not choosing the rhythm. You know the rhythm, and we're just choosing notes. And we're really even limiting down the notes that you can choose. So it's really practicing very specifically how to get through these changes. All right, how to understand, how to feel, how to understand the form, internalize the form. That's what we want to do first with this 32-bar song. All right, so now I'm going to play for you what I mean by improvising a bass line using only the chord tones. It's just quarter notes. All right, so here's their quarter note again. 1 2, I'm going to mix it up. Here we go. Right, so not complicated, sounds sort of like a walking bass line. So if you want to get even more involved with that, you could take another step and start to investigate more other options in terms of choosing different notes from the arpeggios while you do that. But keep it at the same tempo. It's going to be the same thing on the bridge. Let's go to the bridge. So I'm going to use 1 3 5 7 on all of these because we have more time to think, right? There's 2 measures for each chord. 1 2 3. Who said you couldn't change octaves and keep the same note occasionally? We want to think about those important notes, the thirds and the sevenths, but there's a lot of things you can do. There's not a lot of wrong answers here. So after you feel comfortable doing quarter notes, we can start to free ourselves up to improvise more generally. So now what I was saying, you don't have to do all this arpeggio stuff in order to understand the rhythm changes, to play on the rhythm changes. What we do is we figure out what chords we can leave out, just like we did on the last one. We left out the 2 chords. So anywhere we see a 2, we can leave it out. But even more generally than that, we can find whole key areas. So if you look at the first 4 measures of the A section, or you think about them, they're all in the key of B flat. We have 1 6 2 5 3 6 2 5 with no chromatic notes. All of the notes are in the key. So if you want to, for the first 4 bars, and actually 4 bars and 2 beats, you can think about B flat major. You don't have to do anything else. You can just run a B flat major scale in those places and it's going to work. If you look at the melody, you'll notice it's a lot of B flat major scale. It's actually leaving out the seventh, the A natural, to get what we call the pentatonic scale. You want to do the pentatonic scale is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Your turn. So we're going to go through that B flat pentatonic scale one more time, and we're going to go a little bit faster. This is the tempo. 1, 2, 3. And what you're going to notice right away is that that's exactly the notes that are used, for the most part, in the first 4 bars of this song. So if you notice, that's the notes that are in the melody. Right? Those are all 5 notes from that pentatonic scale. So what I want to do now is do a couple of phrases back and forth with our metronome at our tempo here. Put that back on 2 and 4. So I'm going to play 2 measures. I'd love for you to play those 2 measures right back to me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Great. So if those were easy for you, keep going. If it was hard, feel free to stop and go back and do that a couple times, because we just used only the notes in that pentatonic scale to get a couple phrases going.